in as me, it automatically is like, hey, Stephanie's now the queen of this call. So just saying, you are the queen. You are the queen of this call, Stephanie. All right, guys, it is 8:02. It's time to hear from you. What are your wins, celebrations, something you guys were proud of from over the weekend?
Can I just claim like all of last week?
Yeah, let's hear about it.
Well, it's my first family reunion. It's amazing
Tell us about it.
and
I've never
incredible.
been.
And I met Joanne and Fabi in person, which was freaking cool. And I got Southwest Rookie of the Year.
Which is freaking cool.
So that was pretty
Amazing.
unexpected and awesome. So the whole thing was just like, couldn't have been a better week.
So not only are we rookie of the year for our office, we're rookie of the year for the entire Southwest region. That's pretty dang cool.
Yeah, I feel like that was, I don't know. I'm not going to downplay it. It's cool. I didn't hit my goals, and I feel like there's just people out there that, could have put the gas on a little bit more, and we could have had it even bigger. But that's what my dog said. Like, listen.
This is the.
Did you know it ahead of time, or do they surprise you?
No, they hit me up like a few days before, and they said, "Hey, you're going to be at family reunion, right?" And I said, "Yeah." They said, "Okay, cool. Make sure you're there because you're getting something." And I was like, "Okay."
Very nice. I loved all the banner. I like the swag.
Oh, the sash?
The sachet.
Yeah, I guess we got a real or not a trophy, but like a thing in the mail, like an award. But they said, we're not going to bring this glass thing to Vegas. I was like, that's probably a good idea.
Doesn't make sense to transport that's dangerous goods.
Yeah.
So, well, I'm proud of you, girl.
Thank you.
So, yeah, don't downplay it. Don't say, well, I got lucky. No, you worked hard.
No, I know I worked hard. I guess I was surprised because I feel like since I didn't hit my goals, that it wasn't that big of an accomplishment.
This is why you're always going to be massively successful, because you think you can always do more. Good. You'll also struggle with happiness around that too, unfortunately.
What's that?
So great job, guys. I know you guys are, how can I follow up wins behind that? You can. Because just because Christina has all these accolades doesn't mean that she's better than you. So your wins are just as valid. So I want to hear the rest of your wins.
I've got some showings today. I'm taking an out-of-town buyer out for some showings. So
that's awesome. That's a win. You're going to get an offers on those to get some houses under contract. That's awesome.
We will see.
Jason, did you shave your face?
I literally just scrolled.
Oh my God.
Like, I'm sorry. Can we stop the entire call? What is happening?
You need to get closer to your camera.
Yeah. No, that way. Yep. I got the whole rooster chin. Yeah, I did. It'll come back.
Man, I go to Vegas for 1 week and the whole world turns upside down.
See what happens, guys. I tell you, you just leave him alone for one day and he just goes and.
I tried to trim it. It looked like shit, so it all came off.
Sounds like it should have been a YouTube video.
I mean,
that's why it's dangerous to trim your beard, because it goes from a nice trimmed beard to babyface Jason.
2010.
All right. What other wins? Come on now. I challenged you guys over on Friday to do something that was going to push you towards a big win for this week. What's today going to look like? Come on. What's your wins? Don't be shy. Mikey.
Well, I held my first weekday open house, and we should be getting an offer today from it. So
there we go.
Heck yeah. Is it your listing or did you sit for someone else?
No, my listing.
Yeah. Cool. What can you share, like what time of day you did that? What the traffic was like?
It was a 2 to 6. Seemed like most traffic was before 5. After 5, like the entire neighborhood went dead.
Really? Before 5? That always surprises me. I always feel like everybody's at work. Yeah.
Like I feel like we had more traffic on Friday than we did Saturday and Sunday. More motivated traffic. Saturday and Sunday was more window shoppers.
That makes sense. If they're out during the week, they've got to probably have more intention.
Yeah. I want to share
Maybe get a happy hour.
11:30 on Sunday, Mikey sent me a text message. I want to share that. Remember what that text message was, Mikey?
Oh yeah.
Exact message. I do love this business. Just need to get better at it. I am loving open houses.
Yeah. And
Do you guys think that Mike's open house success comes from the fact that he was there, or the fact that he's putting energy into it? He's loving what he's doing.
And
The
his
latter.
awesome signs.
Oh yeah, signs
Yeah.
are pretty neat.
Branding is on point.
well, I mean, I think like most people, you know, there's a lot of feeling of open houses being a waste of time because they're slow or you're not getting much. I think what changed a lot for me is basically if you had one, or I've heard that if you have at least one person come through, you had a successful open house. And um, this day or this weekend, at least every open house had at least 3 potential buyers, but five through. Um, do I feel we're on the high side of price? Yes, but I'm also not one to dictate whether we can or can't do it. Or I mean, the home will get it. That does have a lot of major benefits compared to other homes in the neighborhood. So I believe that we can, and you know, like I said, we're supposed to get an offer today. We'll see what it looks like. Um, but I think it's very important to change your mindset on what, you know, we always talk about what you get to do, and trust me, right now is not the best. Um, is not the best time in our world. Um, but I love doing it, and I love connecting with people, and I get a chance to. And I'm like, I've got another one going live this week. I'm excited about it. Um, it's a condo, and somehow I got to work in my schedule to make it all fit in. Um, but I just look at it as planting a seed, you know, like we always talk about planting a seed and getting something going. This one has a little bit of pressure on it because the seller was on market for 451 days, didn't sell. So he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder on whether I can do this job or not. Um, you know,
Where's it at, Mikey?
it's in a condo down at the U of A, El Encanto.
Have you gone to that Facebook group that I've
No,
shared
not yet.
before?
Yeah, it took them about 3 weeks to sign the listing agreement and everything, and they want it sold, but they didn't want to move forward. So
Yeah, try to join that if you can and that's where I see so many deals happen for both rentals and buyers and sellers through that group alone of like U of A parents.
yeah, and we'll get the pictures back today. I've got it set as coming soon. We go live on Thursday. Um, when I tried to share the examples with him, he's like, "Oh, this is what happened with us," you know. So he's got a little bit of that stigma of like, "Well, that's what happened before." You know, we got traffic when we first started, yeah, but no one adjusted. No one, your agents didn't talk to you, and you were priced over, literally priced $90,000 over what it should be listed at the first
Wow.
time they came to market, and for the entire next year, they did slow increments dropping, and when it finally expired and canceled, they were still too high at 289.
Yeah. It's
You
the
know,
difference between chasing and making the market.
yeah. Well, you know what's really funny is that agent actually comped off the unit that I sold that was a standalone unit. We sold that unit for 350. So they comped this one at 355. It's an upstairs unit that's not standalone. It does have its own private balcony and entrance and everything like that, which is more beneficial than a lot of other units there. But it still was it back then it should have been a 265 um, listing, and they had it at 355.
Wow.
When
But
you
Dan hit a good point. He asked Mikey, you know, was it the open house or was it the attitude towards the open house? And everybody kind of leaned toward the, you know, the coaching answer. But realistically, you know, I was going to chime in and I couldn't find the mute button fast enough. But it's both. It's 100% both.
Without showing up, you don't have the opportunity to love it. Without being there, you don't learn how to maximize it.
And that's the biggest thing is it's the practice, the experience. You How are you going to improve? I mean, sure, you can script by yourself, you can script with others. but you run into the unknown when you're in it.
Yeah. You are what you repeatedly do. And if you're an agent, and I want you guys to all hear this, you are what you repeatedly do. And if you're an agent that shows up repeatedly, you get called to family reunion, you get given a nice sachet and a glass trophy sent to your home for Rookie of the Year. If you're an agent that does one big event, that's it. You're not going to be seen. But yeah, Dan, it was a big event. It was the biggest thing ever. I know it was. But just like everything, it's a flash in the pan. Yeah, it was cool. It was bright. It was shiny. It was great. But people forgot about it next week. People forgot about you next week. Hell, sometimes in the very next breath. Does a social media influencer just post once? I'm just looking for all the head nods to make sure you guys are awake. How often do they post?
Several times a week.
Every day.
Per day. Yeah.
Okay. Multiple times a day.
Mhm.
You may not see it, but several times a week. But if you go to their page and you look at it, they're posting several things a day. That's a lot, Dan. I don't want to be a social media influencer. I know, I'm just showing you the point. If you want to become, you have to do. Well, I want to do great open houses. Then do more of them. Find what you like, find what you love. I want to be a great real estate professional. Then do more real estate. I want to be better at talking to people. Then talk to more people because you are what you repeatedly do. If you talk yourself out of doing something every single opportunity, man, this is a waste of time. I don't know what I'm doing, or whatever insert negative belief here is, the dreams that you've set for yourself are just that. They're dreams. They're not goals, because dreams are goals that are tied with action. Because when you repeatedly do something, you move towards it. If you're an athletic person, do you sit on the couch all day? No, you're probably constantly doing activities. If you eat healthy, if you consider yourself a healthy eater, are you constantly going through drive-throughs? Probably not, right? So define who you want to be. Put this down in your notes. Giant H, or sorry, WHO. I can't spell this morning. I'm like the Eagles. EEAGLES, right? You guys see that? Yeah. The mayor of Philadelphia couldn't even spell Eagles because she was so excited. I get that. I get it. I fully understand in that moment how she felt because I do it all the time. But you write down who, WHO, who am I? Question mark. And then write down 10 things that you want to be. Maybe 15. Fuck it. Be Joanne and do 50. Who you want to be, not what you want to do. I don't want you to look at the goals right now. I want you to look at who. Because who you want to be directly correlated to what you consistently do. So, who wants to take a stab here and be vulnerable and tell me something? Like, who do you want to be? When somebody tells your story after you're gone, what do you want them to say about you? What's one thing?
My God, I hope they don't mention anything about real estate.
I was just gonna say, I almost answered the first question. Then you said, when you're gone and they talk about you, I'm like, oh, that's sad.
But
I want to be known as somebody who did a lot for the people in my life and animals.
there you go. So you want to be known as someone who contributed to the betterment of the people around you.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're known as somebody who betters the lives of people around you, what do you need to do more of?
Better the lives of people around me.
Pretty simple, huh? Right? And how can you do that?
Lots of ways.
Mhm.
Okay. Tell me some of them.
Keep in touch. I think connection's really important. I think a lot of people like to be seen, like to be heard. So I think acknowledgement and connection are big.
Okay, let's pause on that for a second. Group, how would it feel if somebody in your life reached out to you today and said, "How are you doing? Just checking on you. You're on my heart." I want a thumbs up. That would feel good. I want a thumb sideways if you don't care, and I want a thumbs down if that would make you upset.
I'd be confused.
Yes.
What was that, Mikey?
I'd be confused.
Right? Guys, I love that. You know, want to connect with people, right? Relationships. Okay. If we contribute more on a daily basis to people's lives, will we not be seen as somebody who contributes to the betterment of people around us? Okay, great. Now, just because we're in real estate doesn't mean we have to always parlay what we're doing into real estate. But does this not directly affect real estate? If I am seen as somebody who cares about the people in my life, that contributes to the betterment of their lives and puts others before me in a servant leadership position, when it comes to the facet of real estate, how am I perceived?
Somebody who's going to take care of them, and are there people that they recommend? Is that what you were going to say, Stephanie?
Yeah, just somebody with all those qualities, somebody that you feel that you want to have on your side, helping and negotiating for you.
Wouldn't you want to work with someone like that? Okay, great. So I'm glad we're making some parallels. What's another thing? All right, Jim said, I don't want them to think about me in real estate, right? I want you guys to all see this is I don't care if they see me as a great realtor. I want them to see me as a great leader. I don't care if they see me as a great negotiator. I want them to see me as a facilitator of amazing things. I don't care if they see me as the most charismatic marketer in the world. I want them to see me as somebody who made a difference. Because we can go beyond what we want in life. I want a Ferrari. I don't want a Ferrari. My big ass doesn't need to be in a car that small. Right? I do want some. I want a 1968 Camaro SSRS. There we go. I'll say that. I want that. I'll find a way to fit in that thing. Mikey knows that's going to be a great opportunity for me. I want it. I want something, right? It's something. It's tangible. But to become someone is ethereal. So think about that today. I really want you to put the energy into it. So the mindset energy into who do I want to be known as?
Dan, I put Rookie of the Year on my vision board
Yes, you did.
like a little over a year ago.
And didn't you do activities consistently over time to reach said goal?
Yep.
There are two Rookies of the Year on the call. They both have the similar characteristics. When Jason went after Rookie of the Year, he asked me the same thing. What do I need to do to become Rookie of the Year? Because somebody told me I would not be successful in real estate. I want to show them not only am I successful in real estate, but I'm going to be the best. It was daily activities towards the who, not the what. You can be the most successful person in the room, but if you're in the wrong room, doesn't matter. Look at who. So think about that. Who do you want to be known as? And that's a big brain exercise. When I pass, when I'm gone, what are they going to say about me when I'm gone? Some people don't want to think that far ahead because it scares them. I give you that. Okay, so let's the next question. What are my friends and family going to tell others that don't know me who I am? How do they define me, describe me? Do your actions line up with the intentions? I am A-okay if somebody describes me to somebody else as an asshole. If it's the right room. But do I want one of my other my agents here going, oh no, you don't want to work with Dan, he's an asshole? No. So there are certain groups of people where you're okay being called something because it doesn't matter. I don't care if, like, let's say my high school friends, the people that are all deadbeats now, if they're saying, well, he's too good for us, okay, I don't care. They don't matter. But to the rooms that matter, who? Well, I want to be known as somebody you can reach out to. I want to be known as somebody who picks up the phone, who's there to always help. If I could collect the amount of times somebody has called me and said, "Oh, I didn't expect you to answer." You called. Well, agents don't pick up their phone on Sundays. Or agents don't pick up their phone at after hours, or brokers are never available like this. That becomes a who, doesn't it? I am somebody you can count on. So, to your spheres of influence, to the people that matter in your world, what do they say about you?
Dan, you were spoken of very highly in some circles at family reunion as because of your reliability and your consistency in leadership.
Mhm.
I was told many times people were sad I wasn't there. It's a simple solution. Just don't have family reunion in Vegas.
Well, it's in Atlanta next year. There you go.
I thought it was in Vegas for the next 3 years.
No, it's in Atlanta next year.
There we go. You know what? Jess and I might just be in Atlanta.
There you go.
We're actually supposed to go to Atlanta here in March, but that's the thing is I love hearing that, Christina, because even when I'm not around, people are speaking highly of me. But that's because I want to make an impact. Now, it's not about me, guys. I want to showcase that when you put intention into what you do to become who you need to be to get to where you want to go. You see how that works? I don't want you to look at the goals, the dreams, the hopes in a matter of what or how. I want you to look into why and who. Why am I doing this and who am I doing it for? Why am I doing this and who am I becoming because of it? Some of you know the other office. You can see that big wooden box behind me. You guys know what that is in my home office?
Clear light sauna.
It's a sauna, right? It's a box that's intended to get really hot. Why would anyone want to sit in a box that's designed to get really hot? Because I'm trying to change my life. I'm trying to be around longer for my kids. I'm trying to be around longer for other people. I'm trying to do things for me that will allow me to become someone better. So I'm going to have to do things that are uncomfortable. I'm going to have to wake up early and I'm going to have to stretch. I'm going to have to wake up earlier and I'm going to have to sit in a quiet space and allow my brain to center into who. I'm going to have to wake up on days I don't feel like getting out of bed because that is my routine so that I can do the activities that I need to do every single day to become successful. And it's not always going to be easy, but who I am becoming requires me to sacrifice that little bit of comfort today to become better for tomorrow. We are what we consistently do. We are what we repeatedly do. We are defined by action, not words.
Yeah.
Anyone ever heard this, right? Don't tell me, show me.
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I
See it.
see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's huge. I don't know where I heard this first, but we'd always say it in the car business too, is don't talk about it, be about it. Don't talk about it, be about it. Don't tell me what you're going to do. Go do it. Don't tell me you're going to be the rookie of the year. Go show me you're going to be the rookie of the year. Go show up. Don't tell me you're going to hit this milestone or this goal or this lifestyle. Show me. And let's break it down to the things that we need to do every single day. Maybe it's every single hour. God, that's a lot to think about, Dan. I got to control every hour of my day. Can I give you guys a secret? I want you to lean in here. Get close. Get close. Listen. You got to control every single thought. I hope that hits somebody heavy, square in the chest. You gotta control every single thought.
I had a question when you were talking about open house. It's on a different subject, and I'm sorry.
Oh,
But
just you're derailing shit now. Look at this. Like, I had a question from
Yeah.
45 minutes ago. Can we talk about it now?
Audra,
No.
control your thoughts.
I know.
Shit.
Yeah, I get it. I'm sorry. What's a good number of open house signs that you should have for an open house?
That's a dumb question, Andra.
It is.
It really is a dumb question. How many do you need?
All of them.
I was just gonna say all of them. Is that
If you can put out 50 open house signs, put out 50 open house signs.
Need that much.
I put out Audra usually between 12 to 17
Okay.
for mine.
Okay.
And
Audra, I
that's
probably put out about 15, and you guess how many calls I've had from my open house signs?
How many? Okay.
They're not designed to get people to call. They're designed
Yeah.
people to show up at your house.
I will say too, and we've talked about this, like, I mean, Anthony and Lydia are really good about it because they use the freaking bajillion signs, but they have consistency with like having good visualization on where they place them. They've obviously got themselves branded in a way that people recognize it over and over. And I'll say I've been doing an open house in the same neighborhood for the last month and a half, and every single weekend, every weekend I'm in the same neighborhood, and I'm finally just now getting people. I don't even have my name on my signs, which is crappy. I know I got to fix that here soon, but they're hot pink. I stole Dan's template. I literally took one of Dan's signs in and I said,
Yeah.
make me a highlighter pink version of these for myself. And now people are finally starting to recognize it. So that now has less to do with the number that I'm putting out and more the consistency of them seeing them every single weekend, and they look different from everybody else's.
Yeah, that's a big thank to Mikey too. I went to Mikey a couple years ago and I said, "Hey, I want the brightest, most ridiculous signs ever." Because as I was driving through a neighborhood, there was a bunch of open house signs for a bunch of different companies. And you know what sign stood out the most?
Bright ones.
The little kid sign that said bake sale. It was a bright green poster board sign. And in that moment, I called Mikey because you guys, Mikey owns a graphics company. I said, "Hey, what is the brightest vinyls we can get?" And we did a sample and we've tested them. And honestly, the pink ones and the green ones get the most attention. Guys, it goes back to what I was saying before Audra came up with this ridiculous question. It's okay. I love that you feel comfortable doing that. That's good. But it goes back to I wanted to be known differently. I wanted to stand out, right? I wanted to be different than the other people in this neighborhood. So we did something different. It goes back to who. So think about that today. Put some energy and thought into that question. Who are you? Who do you want to be? And then let's start making a plan of action to do every single day because we are what we consistently do. Thank you for showing up. I think that's the biggest and most important thing ever is to show yourself, to show up, to be heard. Any other thoughts, questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, I wanted to go off of Audra's lead since she went back to the open houses. And
Would it be funny if I just end the call on Jason? Just high five, get out of here? Because I can't see his face anymore. This is terrible.
Is it my fat cheeks or my double chin that makes my face look fat?
Jason, neither of those things make your face look fat.
Oh.
Because nobody said your face was fat but you, buddy.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's
okay.
just the lack of hairs. That's it.
It's just the lack of hair. Just it shows your beautiful smile even better. All right, guys. Hey, thank you. Was today worth your time?
Yes. And I like Audra's new hairstyle too.
Thank you.
I want you guys to put some thought into these things. I put a lot of energy into what we're going to talk about on Mondays because it sets the week off with intention. And as we've learned from Christina's success, if you do what I tell you to do, when you're supposed to do it, you kind of find yourself with a sachet in family reunion.
Yeah.
No, it's not all on me though. That's a big congratulations to your successes.
That's a big part of it. All of you guys, like legitimately, just the support and everybody showing up, pouring in, like just everything that we give each other all the time is just such a powerful thing.
Yeah.
We win together, we lose together. So let's get more wins together, okay?
Thank you, Christina.
Love you all.
You guys.
High